All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, now, so here's a video that I came across earlier today that I found interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, the video deals with Sean Paul Reyes, a.k.a. Long Island Ordered. Now, for those of you that got to watch the video that I posted a couple of days ago of our good friend Andre Sloan confirming Sean's past criminal record, if you got to watch that video, keep in mind that this is something that Sean's been denying for 2 years now. When he first started frauditing, I'm thinking, 2-3 months into his beginning of his frauditing career, it was thrown out there. I mean, there were people that hated him from the beginning and still hate him, okay, because of his the way he goes about his method of operation, that his condescending ways, okay? It leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, okay? Again, this was thrown. I've seen even may he rest in peace, Schrodinger's cat had thrown it at him in reference to this prison record, and he's always denied it, okay? Now, there's no more denying it now, okay? This is him. That was him that committed robbery, okay? This is him who caught an ass beating in prison and then tried to sue the prison because apparently if you're in their custody or whatever, they are responsible for your safety, okay? But if you ever done time, and listen, I'm not ashamed to say it, I've done time, okay? I've been locked up. And when you go in there, you're on your own. You're either going to be a man and defend yourself in any which way you got to, or you're going to be Bubba's bitch. And I wasn't going to be Bubba's bitch. So, hey, I've had my ass whippings, and I've given some too. So, again, it is what it is. You caught an ass beating, you caught an ass beating. So, that little lawsuit, which didn't work for him, okay, that just tells me that, damn it, from the get-go, Sean's had this thing about making quick, easy money, okay, going after the government. And again, this right here just tells me he has a grudge with our government, okay? And again, if I was supporting this guy, right now, I'm not supporting this asshole. I have plenty of questions. How can this guy hold the government accountable when he himself is not open? Okay, he says he's out there promoting transparency. Okay, he wants the government to be open. Okay, and you know what I mean, transparent, right? And he himself can't be. I don't know. The way I see things, if you're out there promoting transparency, you yourself have to be transparent as well. You got to set the example as well, okay? And for you, for 2 damn years, to say that he didn't have nothing, in my opinion, he didn't have nothing to be ashamed of. So, when you were younger, you did something stupid, you paid your debt to society, and that's it. But I don't know, hey, just the fact knowing that he's denied this shit for 2 years and now it comes out, he lost all respect in me, okay? I had a little bit of respect for the asshole, okay? A little bit. That shit just went down the drain. Now, mind you, just a couple of days ago when I first threw the video out there of Andre Sloan confirming his past criminal record, I went on a particular frauditor's channel that is pretty big out in Cali, okay, and pretty much was one of the individuals that was attacking Sean in the live. If you got to watch that live, I know a lot of you guys, you looked at the video and you said, damn it, 2.5 hours. The live was close to 4 hours. I cut it down to 2.5 because there were a lot of important things there that I felt was important, I should say. And you guys saw that, and a lot of people just can't They can't tolerate that much of at one time. But if you got to watch it, there was a particular frauditor there that a couple of them that were attacking him. But this one here was big in Cali, okay? And I threw the link on his channel and I asked for his thoughts on it. And I'm truly hoping he lights a little fire under Sean's ass to speak about this. This is something that needs to be spoken talking about, let's say. His subscribers need to start asking questions, okay? There's a lot of shit that these subscribers, I don't understand why they're not asking him, okay? The fact that he collected so much money in lawyer fees, and we all know he represented himself a lot in these cases, that's got to tell you, this guy's pocketing a lot of money. Now, I'm not going to listen, hey, people are dumb enough to donate a shitload of money, because I remember one live, guys, I saw, you know how with these lives you'll see people donating 10, 20, and so on. Well, there was one guy that donated $1,000 one shot here for a lawyer, right? I said, oh shit, this guy's got some heavy duty people supporting him, right? And the guy's got a GoFundMe and all this bull crap for lawyer's fee. But we've noticed that in his 4 cases that he's had, he's done pretty much all him representing himself. So let's just say, again, if I was supporting this guy, damn it, there'd be questions I want to ask of him, okay? And so, just saying, I'm hoping that little the link that I put on that individual's channel that's pretty big in California, I'm hoping that he ends up in the next couple of days lighting a little fire under Sean's ass. The same way they brought that apology letter into the picture, this needs to be brought into the picture as well. But let's jump into the video. Let me show you the asshole he was in this video.
We're at the Grady County Courthouse here in the great state of Oklahoma. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect.
All right, so let me just jump back in here real quick here. Now, did you notice he always says this in the beginning of all his videos? He is there to promote accountability and transparency. This comes from an individual who is a liar, who's been proven a liar, who denies his own past history, right? Now, he also says in his intros there, he demands respect. But this is a person who doesn't give respect to other people, not just police or public employees. We're talking about regular citizens who may approach him and say, hey, listen, I don't want to be on your video, and so on, okay? And what does he tell them? Oh, you got to suck it up because you're in public. That means I can do whatever the hell I want to do to you. So, again, I'm going to say, this is a man who demands respect but won't give respect to other people. Ain't that some shit?
Alright guys, so we just passed through the metal detectors over here. Let's take a look around the Grady County Courthouse here. Court Clerk's office, Judge Lowe's office. All these county court books over here. So the court clerk, Lisa Hanna.
Can I help you?
Hi, how are you? No, I'm okay, thank you. Over here we have a courtroom.
Hey, you cannot video into courtrooms or offices, okay? Just stay to the main areas.
Oh, I'm not going in any restricted areas or anything.
Like videoing in and doing stuff like that. If they have something going on and you're videoing it, you can't do that.
I'm not breaking any laws, sir.
Okay, I'm telling you, sir, that our policy through here is if you're videoing in and they have court.
Can I have your name, please?
Yes, you can. It's right here, Chris Velarde.
Chris what?
Velarde.
Velarde.
So what is your purpose here?
I'm just taking some pictures of video. And policy, you don't enforce policy, do you, deputy?
Okay, this is what we enforce. If the sheriff tells us it can't go on through the sheriff, then we don't do that.
The sheriff does not make laws, respectfully, sir.
Do you want me to answer you?
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your comment.
Let me talk.
Sure, go ahead. You can go ahead.
If they have court and stuff going on, you can't video it, okay? We don't even allow reporters to go in there with video cameras.
Yeah, I'm not going in, trust me.
Well, I understand that, but if they have something going on and you're videoing through, is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to tell you the rules.
Yeah, no, and anything I can see from public, I can record.
Oh, very much so. Right
Yeah,
where you're at is fine.
exactly, yeah.
But I'm just wanted to tell you. I don't want you to have to get in trouble. We have to say, hey, you got to go.
No. Anything I can see from public, I can record. That's all I know.
I understand that. But
Yeah.
if they have court or anything going on, or they have somebody that's in here doing business on their own, which is right in here in the court clerk's office, okay, you can't video that, okay? Is that
And anywhere in public, I can record. That's all I know.
as long as there's not a court process going on?
As long as I'm not in the courtroom. That's all I know.
Can we just not fight with this?
I don't want to fight with you, sir.
Okay.
Let's make it clear. I don't want to fight with you. I didn't come up to you.
All right, so not to side up with the officer, but further down in the video, you're going to hear Sean twisted things around to his subscribers that this officer was rude, disrespectful, and trying to egg them on, try to stir shit up. That's the shit that came out of Sean's mouth, okay? But I think these frauditors, their definition of public, in my opinion, their definition of public is a lot different than us normal people's definition of public. Okay, these frauditors, their definition of public is that they can do whatever the hell they want to do. That's the problem right there, right from the get-go. Their definition of public, meaning that they can do whatever the hell they want to. Now think about it. Sean has one way of thinking that he can do what he wants to do because it's public. Now you have another person that goes into that same location. Okay, it's public. I can do whatever the hell I want. His definition of public may be different. And then here comes another person with a different interpretation and so on, right? And the next thing you know, you say the wrong thing or you do the wrong thing and people will be going at each other, right? So I could understand why these courthouses, government locations, social security buildings, DMV and so on, why they have rules, okay, in place so that everybody has to follow it, okay? So we're all on the same page. Again, my opinion, Sean wants to twist things to his subscribers that somehow the judges, court officers, they're all trying to hide something, okay? They're either trying to hide something or they want to violate people's rights. That's why they don't want no recording in the building. And I just don't see it that way. Anybody who sees it that way, you got to be, I don't know, dumb, naive, or whatever. But, you know, again, there is case law stating that these government buildings have the right to operate their location just like any private business, okay, and so on. But let's get back to the video.
I understand, but when you're walking around videoing, if you video somebody's business and it's going through the court and their stuff, they have right to privacy.
No, they
like
don't.
You.
They don't have any right to privacy, sir.
They don't have right to privacy during
And not in
court?
public, no. Not when they're in public,
Okay,
sir.
you keep saying in public. What I'm telling to you, which you're not listening to, if they are doing a court process with the judge, okay,
In a courtroom.
some of this doesn't all happen. It happens in chambers, happens at the bailiff office for like protective orders and things and such. Protective orders also go on right here. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? That is a court proceeding when the judge will come out and talk about protective orders and things like that. They do it right here. They do it in the bailiff's office. That's court going on.
So why would they do that in the public
Because
hallways?
They don't always go in the public courtroom to do it. They can do it in chambers or where the judge sees.
Yeah, I'm not
what
going
they
into
can do.
judge. I'm not going judge chambers for
Well,
sure.
but that's what I'm talking about. It's not just all in judge chambers.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're just here to try to do some audit thing and try to get me to be this
No,
guy,
no. You came up.
not
No, you came up
because
to
I
me,
was
sir.
called.
Okay. Does it seem like I'm? If it seems like I'm trying to get you to be some guy, I would advise you just to stop. I'm not breaking the law. You know that. So we could just stop this conversation right now.
So listen to what I'm saying. If the judge,
I'm not going to listen to you anymore, sir. We're getting repetitive now, and you're obviously trying to escalate the situation, and I don't want to do that.
That's not what I'm doing.
Yes,
I'm
you are,
trying
sir.
to explain this to
You are, sir.
Okay.
You are, sir. All right. Anyway, so we have the court clerk's office over here. Lisa, Hannah.
Come on, man. Come
Hey,
on, buddy,
hey,
please get
whoa,
out.
whoa, whoa! Don't touch me.
This is what I just told you.
Hey,
about.
no.
If he's
This is a
doing
public
something
lobby.
that has to do
Hey,
with court,
hey.
I need you to step
You
out.
can't
sir,
touch
please.
me. Don't touch me, right?
Step out.
Don't touch me. I'm
Step
telling
out.
you, don't touch
I am
me.
asking you.
For what? Is that a
Step
lawful order?
out of
For what?
here. I just
For what?
explained it to you.
This is a public lobby, sir.
Do you know what he's doing? Do you know what this
I
has to
don't
do with
care
court
what
or not?
don't care what he's doing. To be honest with you, sir.
Okay.
That's none of my business
If
what
you
he's
wanna video
doing.
the courthouse, do it when business isn't happening.
It's none of my business what he's doing. Excuse me, sir.
Come on through.
It's none of my business what he's doing, sir.
Okay.
I don't
what
care.
What you're trying to do here
No.
is push this issue.
This is what
Let
you're trying to
him
do by
clear
trying to
what
put
he
your
is
hands
doing.
on me.
Are you okay, sir? Is he disturbing your peace?
Man, it's canopy.
Excuse me?
Is he disturbing your peace?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Come on, dude. Whether you
Is he disturbing? Are you really trying to?
I'm really asking him. This is his life.
But I didn't do.
It's not about can or can't. Just be respectful.
I didn't. Yeah, but just because somebody asked you to do something. But sir, I didn't do it.
Get me into it.
I didn't-
You're dressed in a courtroom. You're
It doesn't. It's disrespectful. I'm not in a courtroom.
Huh?
I'm not in a
You're
courtroom.
the courthouse. Be respectful.
Okay, so what does that mean? How am I being disrespectful?
Sir, let him conduct his business, please. Is what
Listen,
I'm
you're not
asking.
gonna try and find.
You
Oh,
don't
am I
wanna
disturbing your
listen.
peace?
I'm asking.
Yeah, I know. I
Sorry
know.
about that, buddy.
Good luck being a bootlicker. Hopefully, that gets you far in life.
All right, so this is where the drama starts to kick in between Sean and the court officer, okay? Now, not to side up with the officer, but I understood where he's coming from. When he first approached Sean, he was telling him inside the offices, if there's business going on, you can't go in there and record, okay? But as we all know, Sean knows it all. Sean knows it all. Now, mind you, if you look inside there, that's not a big office. It's not a big area, right? Sean wants to consider that area public lobby, and that gives him the right to go in there and record. Now, mind you, look, I mean, the minute you walk in there, the glass windows right there where the individual's conducting business is going to be discussing his personal business with a public employee, right? Now, again, I'm not saying Sean is going in there to intentionally record anybody's business, but when Sean goes in there, he's panning to the right, he's panning to the left, he's recording everything that's going in there, right? Going on in there, right? So the kick in the ass is he'll turn around and tell his subs, I'm not here to record this guy's business, but would you believe the guy's business will end up on YouTube? Okay? Ain't that some shit? Okay? So I understand why the court officer acted the way he acted. And now, mind you, the individual here, anybody, damn it, anybody who's in there conducting legitimate business, right? You expect some kind of privacy. That bullshit about it's a public lobby and it's on you to create the privacy. Well, damn it, this is their way of creating the privacy. Telling you can't go in there, okay? And they'll turn around and say, well, no, you got to take them somewhere else or whatever to conduct private business or whatever. And you can never win with these guys because they're going to have some cocky ass comment to come back on you, okay? And then again, just because this guy gave a little bit of support to the court officer, as you heard, well, you see when I turn the video back on, as he's walking away, he called him a bootlicker, right? Oh, bootlicker because he gave a little bit of support to the officer. Now, how is it that Sean has the audacity to say that he supports police, and then when another person shows any kind of support towards police, they're bootlickers? And then if you got to watch the live, which I know a lot of you guys, once you saw that it was that long, 2.5 hours on my channel, Rogue Nation, it was 3.5 hours or 4, okay? Some of you guys just didn't want to bother with it, right? But if you got to watch that live, Sean had the audacity to state, because if you guys didn't notice, at this very moment, Sean is going through trial in Connecticut. But it's nothing serious, nothing dramatic, okay? If he's found guilty, he pays fines, okay? It's nothing dramatic. But the kick in the ass is he had the audacity to state that a chief of police was going to go in front of the judge to speak on his behalf. Now, how the hell is a chief of police, after watching this guy's videos and hearing the shit that comes out of his mouth, calling people bootlickers, shit, any chief of police, any officer, period, that would support this guy knowing his attitude towards, come on, if you call somebody a bootlicker, you already know that just means that you don't like police, right? And you're going to go in front of a judge to give the judge your, this guy, Sean Paul Reyes is a good guy and blah, blah, blah. Get the hell out of here. That's got to be a corrupt, damn-ass chief of police. If it's true, I would say that chief of police has some kind of interest in this, in Sean, or whatever. You get what I'm getting at. Let's get back to the video.
Just bowing down to tyrants.
Sir, if you're going to sit here and harass people, you need to leave.
I'm not harassing anyone.
Sir, I'm asking
You
to leave.
started
What you
all of
just did
this.
Just now, bootlicker, get out of the courtroom.
I have freedom of speech.
Get out of the courthouse.
I have freedom of speech, sir. Can I speak to your supervisor? Can I speak to your
Yes,
supervisor?
he's downstairs. Walk with me.
I'll speak to your supervisor, sure.
Okay, let's go.
No problem. Because your attitude here and your actions here today, putting your hands on me, it's ridiculous.
Sir, please.
Ridiculous. For filming in publicly accessible areas, I wasn't bothering anyone. You started all this. You escalated the situation. You did. There was no need for any of this. You want to escalate the situation and then blame me. Is he disturbing your peace? That would be a big mistake. Big mistake
He
if
has
you
the
did
right.
that.
He has that right. Just
Yeah.
like you do. Straight this way, sir.
Big mistake. Let's talk to your supervisor. Big mistake. You try and solicit an arrest, an unlawful arrest, violating my rights.
No.
Big mistake. That's what you're trying to
You have
do.
the right by asking somebody if you were bothering them. I have the right to ask them.
Trying to solicit an wrongful arrest. That's what you're trying to do.
Right. Lieutenant, there's a gentleman who would like to talk to you. He decided to call
Hi.
one of the
Hi, Lieutenant.
people here a bootlicker.
'Cause he
I
called-
told him he needed to leave.
So because, hi Lieutenant, how are you? Hi, my name's Sean. Can I get your name and badge number, please, sir?
My name's Tom.
Hi, Tom. I'm just calling you Lieutenant. Lieutenant, this officer over here came up to me or deputy, I'm sorry. This deputy came up to me and started saying, you can't record in courtrooms or proceedings or things like that. I told him I'm completely aware what I can and cannot do. I'm going to be respectful. I'm not going to go into any courtrooms or any restricted areas or anything.
Just in the hallways.
Yeah, exactly. And so I tried to explain that to him, but he kept repeating himself over and over and over again. And I said, okay, I'm done with this conversation now. And I went into the court clerk's office, the lobby, right? Not in a restricted area. And he said, you can't go in there. He started to escalate the situation with a gentleman that was in there. He started to escalate the situation. He said, sir, are you disturbing his peace? Is he disturbing your peace just for me being there? He tells the guy, the gentleman, is he disturbing your peace? And he escalates the situation to where now the man is upset. He's like, you're involving me in this. I don't want to be involved in this. What are you doing? And he says, you're a loser. So I called him a bootlicker, my freedom of speech right. Because that's what he's doing, in my opinion. So, and now he's like, oh, you need to leave the courthouse because you called him a bootlicker. Even though, did you tell that man to leave the courthouse because he called me a loser? No, you didn't, did you?
He was already leaving.
Okay.
So if you need to know that in part 2,
Doesn't
you were
matter.
videoing him filing paperwork in that
In
office.
public. That's public documents, sir.
Okay.
I'm not.
I don't know what he's doing because I don't know
Was
exactly what the process.
I don't know what he was doing either,
What
and I
tried
don't
to
care. I
explain to
told you
is
that.
But when you walk in and you're getting in people's way, where they're just
I
trying to
wasn't in
file
his way. You're
paperwork,
lying. You're a liar. You're lying. I didn't get in anyone's way, sir.
You want me to be the liar, so you can.
It's
be this
it's
guy.
so funny.
Be this
It's
guy.
so
I'm
funny
happy
to
for
me.
it.
No, it's
You
so funny to me that
cannot
none of this
harass
drama
anybody.
happened, Lieutenant. None of this drama happened until your deputy came up to me. No one was.
Which is what you were
no
looking
one.
for.
So if I thought that's what I'm looking for.
That's
Why
what
did you
you're
give it to
looking
me,
for.
deputy?
I was explaining stuff.
If that's
to you.
what I'm
You don't
looking
wanna
for, why
listen
did you
to
give it
just-
to me?
Do you want to listen or you
No,
want
I
to
told you I don't want to listen to you. I want to continue
Then
about
don't
my
ask me a
business.
question.
I didn't. You came up to me, and then you said, "Oh, am I disturbing peace?" You're trying to solicit an unlawful arrest. No, I'm okay. This is a public building. When the
I've asked
public
you to
building
leave because
closed,
of what you did to that individual.
It's freedom of
Please
speech,
leave the
sir.
courthouse.
are you going to arrest me if I don't leave the courthouse,
I'm
Lieutenant?
asking you to leave the courthouse.
I'm
You're
talking-
trying to make it go that way.
I'm not.
I don't want it to go that way.
You
Please
just
leave
tried
the
to elicit.
courthouse.
I want to conduct my business. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video in the publicly accessible areas of this building, Lieutenant. None of this happened until your deputy came up to me, sir. I was completely quiet, wasn't bothering anyone.
Listen, we
No-
know that y'all do this stuff all the time, and this is
But
what
what-
you want. And you think that
Sir, I'm gonna walk away from you now
talk-
because
you're not coming back.
that's
in the
what I'm
courthouse. I've
trying to
asked
walk
you
away
leave,
from you.
please. That is the exit to walk away.
I'm going to defer to the supervisor. If you're telling me under threat of arrest that I need to leave the building,
Why does there have to be threat of arrest instead?
because
of,
I need to make sure I'm going to hold you accountable and your county
your
accountable.
interaction with the person, just if somebody harassed you and he did that, which
He called
was
me a
leaving,
loser.
He was leaving,
And I called him bootlicker.
and I'm
What's
dealing
worse?
with you. Both of y'all could go.
Oh, okay.
This isn't just a you or him or.
But
who's
you
this.
involved him, sir. You involved that individual. You said, "Is he
Okay.
disturbing your peace?" And I didn't do
Sir,
anything.
If you would,
I didn't even speak to
you
him.
can record back and not cut video and show you don't know what this man is doing. He turned around and engaged you of his own free will.
I had no.
Not
I
because
didn't
of
talk
me.
to him.
I didn't make him do it.
I did not talk to him.
I didn't make him do it. I said you don't know what this individual is doing.
And I said, I don't care what he's doing. That's
and
not
then
my
He
business.
talked to you about respect,
Sir, I don't wanna
Had
go back
nothing
and
to do
forth with you,
me.
sir.
So look at the video.
Sir, all right. And then you said, "Is he disturbing your peace?" Right?
And I asked that because
And what
that
did-
is
what did he
something
say?
that
And what
he
did
has
he
a
s-
right for his peace not to be
And what did he
disturbed.
say, sir?
Same as you.
What did he
said
say?
He didn't. That's why you're not in handcuffs.
Oh, I wish you would have put me in handcuffs. That would have been the biggest mistake. I
Disturbance
promise
of
you
peace
that.
is a arrestable offense.
Yeah, and you would have made a big mistake for the world to see.
Okay.
For
Because
the
that's
world
what
to
you're
see.
trying to do here.
No.
So I appreciate it.
I can't force you to put me in handcuffs. I don't want you. You think I want you to take my freedom
No,
away from me?
You want this
Come on.
so you can go put it on your channel and you can go play and then tell everybody to call this guy because he did this and he doesn't know this.
Why are you
We'll
doing
see
it?
all these videos.
Why are you acting like a tyrant?
A tyrant.
Yes, a tyrant.
I will protect people's peace every day. Yours included.
Protect my peace.
Yours
Okay.
included.
All right, well, there you go. You got to give that court officer respect. Much respect to him. He called Sean out on his bullshit. Now, mind you, you could tell this court officer is fully aware of frauditors, and that's a good thing. I honestly feel that all court officers throughout the United States, shit, all public employees as well, anybody whose pay is comes from public taxes or whatsoever, they should be educated. There should be a memo floating throughout the public employees so that everybody is aware about these individuals that go out through. Sean is not the only one now. I think we are well aware there are a shitload of frauditors in every state doing this, okay? So I kind of like the idea. You know, we're so used to seeing court officers get caught off guard the first time encountering a frauditor. Now, it's a good thing that this court officer is well aware of frauditors. He knew how to interact, what to expect from these guys. And they need that little bit of ammunition so they could hold their, stand their ground, let's say. Okay? And again, I kind of agree with everything that the court officer did here, and I don't see anything, if I honestly, guys, I know you guys don't know me well, but if I feel that the court officer was wrong, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say, hey, in my opinion, the court officer was wrong, okay? As much as I despise Sean, the shit that he does, I would say, yo, Sean was right here and blah, blah, blah. But the court officer, in my opinion, was right on the money. And again, I say, right on. He called his bullshit. Called him out on his bullshit because that's what these frauditors do. When they don't get their way, they use their subscribers, the call flooding. And come on, these guys have learned how to use YouTube as a weapon. They use YouTube as a weapon, okay? And that's why I say we also need to do our part. We need to, I know some of you guys don't want to get involved. You just want to watch, and that's fine. But if you got the cojones, man, I expect people to do their part, guys. But let's get back to the video.
Go about my business, sir, okay?
You're not coming back in the courthouse, sir.
Sorry, I need to go about my business with the county clerk, and I'm just trying to go about my business peacefully and quietly.
The county clerk is not even on that floor that you were on.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The court clerk, I can look at public documents. It doesn't matter, sir. Can I please, Lieutenant? I know we're going back and forth here. This is not helpful to anything. I just want to go quietly about my business. That's it.
Okay, what is your business?
My business, I just told you, my name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story here for the county, and I'm just taking some pictures and video in the publicly accessible areas only, not in restricted areas or courtrooms or anything of that nature, sir. And I don't even want to talk to anybody. This deputy came up to me, which is his right to come up to me, but ever since he came up to me, the situation, law enforcement, you're supposed to de-escalate situations, right? I work with law enforcement agencies across the country. You're supposed to de-escalate the situation. Now, if I'm trying to goad you, why would I work with law enforcement agencies to help bridge the gap? What you're doing is you're dividing the public and law enforcement by your actions here today. And they're shameful, and you will be exposed for them. But now I'm asking you as lieutenant, if you would just not violate my rights here today. I've already dealt with an unprofessional deputy. If you would just not violate my rights here today, and I can go about my business peacefully and exercise my constitutional rights, sir.
All right, so all this little bullcrap that Sean is throwing out there that he works along police, to me, it's bullshit, okay? But it's got to make you think now. I had somebody throw it at me that it was confirmed that Sean was an FBI agent. Now, mind you, I did notice in the live, if you guys, I tell you, if you didn't watch it, you got to watch it. It opened my eyes to a lot of the frauditors that were in there bitching at Sean. It opened my eyes to their way of thinking. It really, you get to see what they, just by the shit that was coming out of their mouth, it I don't know, my opinion, it opened my eyes to a lot of these frauditors, Good Guy Audits, and a couple of other frauditors, Bay Area Transparency and so on, okay? But now there was some guy on the live there that came on and was making accusations that Sean was a plan. like an informant, right, for the government. And in the beginning, when he first threw it out there, I said, oh shit, this guy's got some proof, and Sean may be an informant, okay? But and then what kind of like confirmed to me that it was all bullshit? The guy after he made his accusations about Sean, and he's pissed off at Sean now because Sean, apparently he was making comments on Sean's videos, and the guy wasn't getting back any responses from Sean. So he was pissed off. But once he made those accusations, he turns around and he says that he is the king of YouTube. Right there, that just sealed the deal. This guy is some knucklehead that's pissed off at Sean, that Sean is not giving him attention. So whatever comes out of his mouth, you got to take with a grain of salt, if you want to say it that way. But I don't know. Listening to this bull crap right now that he works alongside police, this guy is living in fantasy land, okay? He made one video where the officers, he was talking about, with officers about their interactions with First Amendment frauditors, okay? And pretty much, my opinion, the officers were trying to get, info. Okay, they want to know what to expect from these assholes, and what better way to get it is dealing with these frauditors. Okay, so to me, it's like gathering intel on your enemy, and shit, who knows? They might have flipped Sean. He might be an informant. Okay, who knows? But let me know your thoughts on the video, and I'll see you in my next video, guys.
Can I do that without being arrested?
Is the other fella gone?
I don't know if he walked out, but he was leaving, I think.
What are you looking for?
That attorney guy that came in, they were talking about the one that was filing paper. This gentleman right here. This
The
gentleman right
one, the one that called me a loser, right?
Hey, sir, did I include you in this interaction?
I don't want to be included.
I get you.
You see?
I apologize for that part.
Listen. I don't want to argue with you.
Asking that question. I'm sorry.
I don't want to argue with you. You see, he doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't want to be involved. And this deputy involved him. There's no need for any of this.
Oh, not too bad. I'm dressed to be here today, I think.
We're in sweat.
Quite expect to be here, to be honest.
Lieutenant, may I conduct my business, please?
This is the individual that was said to. Come on,
Do you have
sir.
anything he wants to do with it?
I want my sunglasses. I think I left them.
I know where your sunglasses are. I saw them up there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they were right there on the first floor deal.
Best of luck.
And I will walk you in there just to make sure.
Can I go about handling my business?
You're out of the office, okay?
I'm sorry?
Just make sure you don't.
I'm not going into any private offices, sir.
You already know.
Yeah, for sure. I already knew that, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. You have a good day, sir.